Hello there, I'm FOILSICKFOOL, and I wanted to talk about how the art community affected me. Though, before we get into that, I'm using the program Clip Studio Paint to draw, and I'm currently using one of the Huey on-screen tablets. I forgot which one. This video is super unscripted, and it is currently like 2 a.m., so obviously it's not going to be the best. But I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to get it off my chest because I don't have anyone else to go to currently to talk about stuff like this. This video is more so a criticism to the art community and not entirely a reflection of what is going on inside of it now. And I also want to say that I know that in any of these situations, I am in no way a victim. I'm not claiming to be a victim of anything. I was simply just a bystander in all the things that happen within this community. I am myself and not associated with any of what has went down. I just want to say that because I know some people are going to be claiming like, oh, you're coming to be a victim. You just want to be a victim. No, I don't. I just want to talk about how these situations affected me as an artist and how they might affect others in the future or how they affected others in the past. In the small corner of the internet that I'm a part of, I was specifically engaging and watching people a part of the animation meme community. And now the animation memes community is notoriously known for taking things super out of proportion and being super unjust. But this is because the community is mainly made up of kids. Kids who do not understand what they are doing and kids who don't really have their own moral compass yet. Though that doesn't excuse the adults also driving these ideals to these kids. Anyway, getting into the actual topic, I used to be super invested in Sashley and Birdie drama and also calling people out for being pedophiles, all that stuff. I was listening to these videos because I wanted to steer clear of anyone who was problematic and who I should support and shouldn't. I did not take part in any harassment, but I did take part in spreading misinformation. So with this the whole mob mentality that the community had back then, I'm not sure if they have it now, but back then it was especially prominent. With that being a lot of what I consumed, I started to become very scared of drawing anything seen as morally wrong or, seen as not good, and kind of created this whole perfectionist in my mind. If something wasn't good, I wouldn't upload it. If something wasn't absolutely, great in my eyes, I wouldn't upload it. And I let the mentality of a bunch of other kids affect what I drew. It's honestly kind of sad because that really stunted my growth as an artist. It really didn't do me any good. Hell, I can't even draw without like having some kind of mental blockage on thinking like, oh, what should I draw? What should I draw? I could draw this. I could draw this. I could draw that, but that might be seen as this. That might be seen as that. I'm scared of drawing the wrong thing now, and it sucks. It sucks because it doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel like I can have fun. Otherwise, I'm going to be called out and I'm going to be dogpiled. Because that was the mentality of the community back then, is if you did something they deemed wrong, it would just end and then eventually like canceling you and your address getting leaked or some shit. It was crazy back then. It was so wild. That was another thing I was kind of scared of as well, was having my personal information leaked and not being able to do anything about it, putting people in danger because I disagreed with somebody. And as a result of that, nowadays I'm not super open with what I think, I'm not super honest, and I very heavily fear ever actually stating how I truly feel about something. And it feels like I can't have my own agency. I can't think for myself. It feels like I can't do anything because if I do anything, someone's going to overreact and they're going to send someone to my house, or someone's not gonna like what I say and they're going to threaten death upon me and my family, and I don't want that. But it resulted in me becoming a very unopinionated person, a very, like, flexible person in who I can get along with, what I do agree with, what I don't agree with. I let it heavily sway my opinions on things, and I let it turn me into something that I am not. And I hate to admit it. I hate to admit that I have allowed such things to occur. And it sucks a lot. Stating your opinion shouldn't be so anxiety inducing to the point where you just shut down and agree. It shouldn't feel as if you should shut up and just conform to what other people say, because you shouldn't. You should stick to what you believe in, but I let that happen. Not only that, but art in general just doesn't feel as fun as it used to. And this could be for a multitude of reasons. It could be, AI, it could be art theft, stuff like that. But I feel like for me, it's mainly due to this whole community and its mob mentality. And I genuinely hate the feeling that anxiousness. I honestly wouldn't really wish that feeling upon anybody. The feeling where you can't truly express yourself. That feeling where you can't just sit down, relax, and draw like you used to. The feeling of not being able to do anything. This mentally paralyzing feeling of just constant anxiety. I am probably repeating my points at this moment, and I do apologize if I am, but I really want to drive home that this isn't good. Obviously it's not. Obviously people are gonna listen to this and be like, well, no, duh, it's not good to constantly feel anxious all the time. But I feel that people don't really get the level of anxiety that you get when you're a part of something like this. It just feels like a lot of what you want to do is not allowed because you don't want to accidentally become problematic. Nobody wants to be the person who's considered problematic, unless you're some kind of masochist and you get off to that thing. I've seen some people genuinely like that. It's disgusting, honestly. But anyway, no, that's besides my point. Nobody wants to be that person who everyone dogpiles. It's so mentally damaging, and I feel like my art again has really suffered from that. You can kind of see maybe my poses aren't all that dynamic, and maybe my anatomy isn't all that well because I stopped drawing. I literally stopped drawing because of all of this for quite a while, with only a few sketches here and there. But I don't make full-on art pieces as often anymore. With all that being said, I think now is the time that I finally start getting over this stuff and start drawing again. Truly start trying to re-enter the art community. If I find that it's still in that terrible, horrible state that it was a few years back, I'm going to be heavily disappointed. But anyway, here's the finished art, and that's all I gotta say. Waka waka. Bye bye.